Momentum trading on an uptrend stock could be difficult. It identifies the lows with the anticipation that price will go up from here. As price comes into the resistance, you exit out of the trade. As price comes down to support, you enter into the trade. And that's why it's one of my rules to identify the momentum before I enter into a trade. And the reason trend is first because that's the most important. We don't measure trend off momentum because the momentum can be down while the trend is going up. But if the momentum's going down, be careful not to call the trend down also. So identifying the trend up or down is the first step of the process, which then makes the momentum easier to identify up or down based on the trend direction. And that comes into play with support and resistance. Let me shed a little light about the moving average. It's a momentum indicator. This is not the trend. I know what they say. If you're above the moving average, you go long. And if you're below the moving average, you go short. But that's my point exactly. This is momentum. The momentum is currently down, but that does not mean the trend is down. Really, off this small picture, we could say that the market's going sideways or maybe reversing up. Why? Well, just from this small part of the picture, we can see that this is a high. Here's a lower high. And once price broke above that, that's a reversal pattern. Now what do we need? We need a higher low from this low. And all of that is momentum. This is an impulse wave, then a consolidation before continuing with the trend upward. Let me show you these charts for an example. The gold line being the 50 moving average, right here being lower highs, causing a downtrend. But with price being over the moving average, you'd take an up trade in a downtrend. And that's why I'm trying to say this is momentum indicator, not a trend indicator. This line is not verifying where the highs and lows are. The line might help you identify the highs and lows as price moves away from the line so you can draw a channel, but this line in itself does not tell you trend, it only tells you momentum. Bollinger Band, same chart. Even though it creates small channels, it doesn't identify the trend. Only lower highs and lower lows can do that. So you might like using Bollinger Bands, but understand if you're on the top side of the Bollinger Band or the bottom side of it, it doesn't properly analyze trend. Neither is Ikemoku, or however you want to say it. It makes me itch my head up. I mean, really, how are you supposed to trade this? Again, never clearly giving you the outside portion of this trend so you can correctly trade it. Even if you try to use a TTM LRC, it's so limiting to the current movement that doesn't tell you anything about trend. But that's what I love about the polynomial. It identifies these outside resistance areas, perfectly detecting where the trend is. Without all this crazy noise, how do you trade that and expect to make money? And this polynomial software is fantastic because it gives you 6 different looks. Right now, we're on the polynomial degree 6, which means it's going to give you 6 different curves. Quick comparison, let's do the 3. Now you can see it's a little bit smoother, giving you 3 different curves. The polynomial allows you to be a little bit more patient with your entries. Knowing that it's up against resistance, this sold off 35%. Up against this resistance, this sold off almost 50%. Now, if you'll let me really blow your mind, I'm going to put on 2 study sets. One using the 6, that will give me the momentum aspect, and one study will have 2, giving me the trend. The outer band being the trend, and this is showing us the trend is down. After it touched the bottom of the lower band, it now shows us the trend is up. Trend is up, and you can use the lower part of the smaller band to identify the momentum. These trades moved over 50%. Touches outside of the band, identifying that it's going to be a sell-off. Every time it hits the resistance level of the momentum, enter into the trade lower. When it hits the bottom band, that's a reversal. Uptrend. Every time it hits the lower band of the momentum, enter into the trade with huge results. Bottom band, uptrend, enter into the trade. Remember this, if you get in on a small band, you want to exit on a small band. This one touched the upper band also. Now we're looking for a reversal in trend. Touches the upper band and we're going down. Exit the trade at the lower band. Identifies a reversal to an uptrend, enter into the trade on the lower band. Touching the higher band, what does that mean? It happened back here? That's right, reversal. You can take the trade here and watch as it falls down.